Zander Moricz is taking a break from Harvard to fight for his hometown school district.
Let's get prepped for this school board meeting, y'all.
The goal? To bring down a controversial conservative activist, Bridget Ziegler.
Bridget Ziegler is no longer an effective politician. This is make or break.
And the people of Sarasota, Florida are lining up at this packed school board meeting. Tight security, high drama.
I will call you forward at the appropriate time.
You are a threat and a disgrace to Sarasota.
So who is Bridget Ziegler? Once a Republican rising star, sounding off on Fox News.
I don't want my children or their peers to learn to hate America through the anti-American curriculum that we continue to see.
She's half of a dazzling Florida GOP power couple. He was chair of the state party. Now they're embroiled in a sex scandal. Christian Ziegler accused of sexual assault by a woman who the couple admits had previously engaged with them in threesomes.
We recognize she's a hypocrite. What do our students see? A liar.
After smiling through hours of withering public comments with minimal support,
I hope she does not give in. We need her.
Bridget refuses to address the scandal.
When you heard about the sex scandal involving Bridget Ziegler, what went through your mind?
For me, it crystallized the fact that Bridget Ziegler is a liar. Bridget Ziegler has made her career focused on eliminating LGBTQ discussion and LGBTQ plus existences from public schools, all the while engaging in an LGBTQ plus relationship.
That relationship with an unnamed woman who's been friends with the Zieglers for almost 2 decades. She told Sarasota police that she'd been sexually assaulted by Christian Ziegler. A friend of the accuser called the police for a wellness check.
Tell me exactly what happened.
So this friend of mine, she told me she was raped yesterday, and that she's scared to leave her house. I'm worried about her right now.
Okay, yeah, I have units in Ross.
Body camera video shows police arriving at the woman's apartment to question her. A court-obtained affidavit says the woman told investigators she was not in a place to consent because it was her day off and she'd been drinking tequila all day, and that she canceled their plans for a threesome when Bridget dropped out. Detectives also say Christian contacted her via Instagram after the alleged assault. In the affidavit, the accuser messaging back to Christian, "I'm not okay with what happened the other day between us." Christian responding, "Oh, that's not good." The victim said, "That was not cool, and you didn't bring her, and then did that to me." The sex scandal causing an uproar for Bridget, who'd built a nationwide movement by claiming the moral high ground with traditional family values.
They were promoting a political philosophy that was based on the idea that the people who know best are the parents in a traditional two-parent heterosexual household. And here they were living in their private lives, acting in a way that didn't conform to that idea.
She's welcome to have threesomes. The real problem here is that we have a politician who has successfully spent years lying and changing political discourse, but what she knew the whole time was a lie.
Bridget helped push Florida's parental rights and education law. That's her, cheering on the so-called Don't Say Gay bill, the controversial ban on any LGBTQ plus curriculum in K through 3rd grade, legislation now making its way through 30 other states. And revving up school board politics at this DeSantis campaign rally.
Who's ready to take back their school boards so that we get rid of the woke and start serving our families?
And Bridget is one of the co-founders of Moms for Liberty, with funding from right-wing groups like the Heritage Foundation and the Leadership Institute, creating a flashpoint in political clashes, from book banning to anti-trans bills playing out in school boards across the country.
Bridget Ziegler was one of the most vocal voices in spreading these ideas of book bans and the Don't Say Gay bill. One of the things that she was particularly good at was popularizing and making these kind of viral moments around these different policies.
I know the women who run Moms for Liberty fighting very hard to make sure that they're in charge of the direction and upbringing of their children.
But everything changed when Bridget's husband was accused of sexual assault last October. Bridget admitted to police that she had a threesome with the alleged victim, only once. But her husband told investigators they'd had a threesome twice at the couple's home, and that he'd had consensual sex with the other woman approximately a dozen times. It wasn't long before Bridget was facing calls to step down.
For this evening's Arts Highlights.
Fellow school board member Tom Edwards says he's watched Bridget Ziegler turn Moms for Liberty into a political juggernaut.
You've had an adjacency to the creation of Moms for Liberty.
I watched political activists coming into the school board room, and I saw a coordination between Mrs. Ziegler and what she was saying and what these political activists were saying. And then I watched the explosion of Moms for Liberty across the country. And I said, this is a political movement. We're in trouble. And no one listened until it was too late.
National political skirmishes are increasingly going local. Governor DeSantis recently targeting 14 school board members across Florida for defeat, including Tom, whom he called the most woke school board member in America.
I honestly didn't think there was anything wrong with being woke. To me, that was being aware.
How's it affected how divisive your community has become?
I don't think our community is divided. Often, people stop me on the street and say, thank God you're there. By the way, I'm Republican and I'm voting for you. And that the bulk of us have shared common values, and public education and a high-achieving, academic, safe environment for all students is something that we all share.
The new Florida GOP chair says school board politics are part of the Republican Party playbook.
Moms for Liberty is an important group that's moved our agenda forward and helped Republicans and conservatives get elected to school boards. And so any kind of investigation that Bridget and Christian are involved in, I hope, does not distract from their goal, which is moving parental rights forward and helping conservatives win school board races.
But when the Zieglers sex scandal hit, the state's Republican Party officially ousted Christian. Evan Power is his replacement.
I think anytime you're in one of these positions of leadership, that if you get caught in an investigation or something that can impugn your reputation, it ends up hurting the causes that you're fighting for. So in this case, it ended up hurting Moms for Liberty and for the Republican Party for a time being. So we're going to try to turn the page on that.
The alleged sexual assault investigation discovered a video recording of the sexual encounter on Christian's cell phone. Police say they believe the encounter was likely consensual. But Christian may still be charged by the state attorney's office with video voyeurism for allegedly filming without the woman's consent. During a search of Ziegler's phone, police say other women's names popped up, along with the accusers, titled The List on his phone, under a subheading with a vulgar expletive. Police say they also found messages from 3 years ago, Christian texting his wife that the accuser was an alcoholic, nice person with some issues. I just don't want to feel like we ever take advantage of anyone. His wife texting back, she seems broken, or like she's going through some expletive. And he replies that they needed to hunt for someone new. While Bridget fights to keep her job, police declined to press sexual battery charges against her husband. In a statement to ABC News, Christian Ziegler's lawyer says, while we are disappointed that the Sarasota Police Department punted the decision on the remaining portion of the case to the state attorney's office, we strongly believe that they will not prosecute Mr. Ziegler for any crime. Adding, police closed the rape investigation. As a video definitively proved his innocence, I do not believe he will ever be arrested or charged with any crime.
Madam Chair.
At the latest school board meeting last night, Bridget still defiant, refusing to step down.
Much of the conversations that's come up at public comment, I will never address in these chambers because it has absolutely nothing to do with my role as a board member.
For the first time, addressing her critics.
I have taken a lot of arrows. I know my colleagues up here have as well. It is not comfortable.
Zander Moricz.
But those who want Bridget gone say the tide is turning and she should go.
Because of what's been happening during these meetings, across the country, Moms for Liberty chapters are changing their names and erasing any association they had to your hate group. I genuinely mean it when I say it is not too late, and it is literally never too late to do the right thing, Bridget. Please.